welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing some fall treats. As always, if you are new, I would love for you to subscribe and thumbs up if you enjoyed. So we're starting off by making some pumpkin cinnamon buns because nothing says fall like pumpkin. Am I right, guys? I am so excited for pumpkin everything, for pumpkin spice. I put it on everything. So excited. So I'm starting off with some crescent dough and I'm spreading on some homemade pumpkin butter. But if you find pumpkin butter at your grocery store, feel free to use that. I just could not find it. I know Trader Joe's has it, but we don't have Trader Joe's in Canada. So then you're going to need some brown sugar and I'm just sprinkling that on the top. And you want to make sure you use brown sugar as opposed to white sugar because it has that molasses in it and that kind of caramel flavor. Sprinkle on some cinnamon and then roll your dough up, and just be careful with this. And then you're going to slice that into little cinnamon rolls. You want to do this about 1.5 inches to 2 inches thick, depending on how big you want your cinnamon rolls. I'm placing that on a greased baking sheet and then I'm just going to press it down gently with my hand so that they grow a bit wider as opposed to taller. While those are in the oven, I'm going to make a quick glaze by using 1 cup of powdered sugar along with a couple tablespoons of almond milk, and I find this is just a really quick, yummy glaze, super basic, and you probably already have the ingredients at home, which is super awesome as well. Once they've cooled a bit, I'm going to drizzle on the glaze and it starts to melt into the cinnamon rolls and it gets all warm and gooey. And guys, my house smelled amazing when I made these. Oh, they're so decadent. And do you see how gooey and warm and perfect they look? This is a perfect fall treat. You can have it after school, for breakfast, whatever you want, but they definitely scream fall. Next up, I thought I would do a little bit of a movie-inspired treat and create the Harry Potter Butterbeer, but I am making a vegan version. So I'm starting off with some Soy Whip and a little bit of butter extract and kind of mixing the two in the bowl. And then I'm putting that at the bottom of a glass and I'm topping that off with some cream soda. And I'm actually using Zevia, which is sweetened with stevia. And that's it. That is super simple butterbeer, totally Harry Potter inspired and perfect for fall. And lastly, we're making some apple pie bars because another thing that's all about fall is definitely apples. So I'm starting off with a cup of oat flour and a tablespoon of flaxseed meal just for a little bit of fiber and helps to bind the crust. And then I'm adding in a tablespoon of maple syrup for sweetness and a tablespoon of coconut oil to help it bind. And then you just need to stir that together until you get kind of a dough form like this so that you can place it into the pan with a spoon. And you want to make about a 1/4 inch thick layer. Then of course comes the star of the show, which is the apple, and I'm using a red apple here. I would suggest using a Honeycrisp or any kind of red or pink apple as opposed to a Granny Smith here. And cut that up into thin slices. You want to make sure that they're thin so that they cook properly in the bars because otherwise they will just stay hard. So cut them nice and thinly. Then you're going to put a tablespoon of brown sugar along with a splash of vanilla and a tablespoon of applesauce in with the apples and a dash of cinnamon. And then I'm just stirring that together so that the apples kind of get coated with all the different ingredients and they kind of start to sit with the apple. Then you're going to place that on top of your crust and kind of arrange them into a thin layer so that they're evenly coated. Next up comes the topping. I'm using some pecans and some oats along with some maple syrup for sweetness and a little bit of coconut oil for binding, and of course some cinnamon, and just stirring that up so we get like a nice crumble for the top of the apple bars. It kind of gets like an apple crisp consistency. And then I'm just spooning that on the top and pressing that down. While it's in the oven, I'm going to make a quick caramel glaze. So I'm using some dates along with some almond milk and just blending that up and topping the bars with this caramel sauce. And this just tastes so good. It is perfect for fall with the apples and the caramel. If you guys enjoyed this video, I would love for you to subscribe and also thumbs it up. And don't forget to check out my last video along with a related one that I have linked on the right hand side. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!